My name is Ram Das, and on behalf of CARE Bangladesh, I warmly welcome you to this inaugural edition of the Fresh Take. In a world of constant change, staying relevant and impactful requires more than just experiences. It demands fresh thinking, bold ideas, and an openness to learn from diverse perspectives. Fresh Tech is CARE Bangladesh's new podcast as an initiative designed to do exactly that. So, this show will serve as a platform where Bangladesh's brightest minds and boldest voices from across sectors, generations, and backgrounds come together for thought-provoking conversations. These are individuals who are not only shaping their industries, but also redefining the way we think about development, innovation, leadership, and social change. At its core, Fresh Tech is about learning and unlearning. It's about exposing our teams and a broader audience to powerful insights that can influence CARE Bangladesh's own journey of transformation, responsiveness, and future readiness. Whether it's through a young tech entrepreneur challenging the status quo, a seasoned policy expert decoding the future of governance, or an artist narrating the power of storytelling, this show will be a mirror and a window for anyone seeking relevance and inspiration in today's complex world. In short, Fresh Take is not just a social media content, it's a bridge of knowledge, a space where ideas spark action, where dialogue fosters innovation, and where CARE Bangladesh stays rooted in listening, adapting, and evolving to better serve communities and catalyze change. Now, with the ever-changing global context, when we live in a world which is characterized by being brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible, in short, a bunny world, the old maps probably aren't working anymore. Maybe we need to look at the North Star for directions, as our ancient mariners used to. In each edition of Fresh Take, we will look for some of these North Stars, but more in the form of flesh and blood, like living human beings, to give us that perspective. Because sometimes all it takes is a fresh take to see the future a little clearer. And I am delighted beyond measure to have Dr. Tushar, who everyone in this country probably knows, to this inaugural edition of Fresh Take. Dr. Tushar, thank you very much. We are honored to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
And before we start today's session, I would invite you to share a few words, how you feel about being here with us today.
I knew about CARE for a long time because I worked in development sector when I started my career. So I feel very much honored that CARE has invited me today to be present in this very first episode of Fresh Take. And as you have described the show, that this is a place where we would be talking about different issues and try to find out a new way of thinking and reshape our lives and our workplace to be fit for the changing world. I believe this show is going to be a hit, and I'm very much honored to be a part of it.
Thank you, Dr. Tushar. So, the basic question now, as always in a talk show, we start. So, we'll start about your journey, from medicine to later diving into public health, media, social leadership. So, what drove you to such a it's such a diverse and bold path you took. And so what was that thing which inspired you or made you do this?
Mathematically speaking, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. But if you take a straight line, you miss all the views, because a bullet train always goes straight to the destination. But people who ride the bullet train, they look through the window and see nothing. They see everything passing on very quickly. So whenever there is a turn, I took a turn, because I wanted to see life more than others, and I wanted to have more experience than others, because life is something that we only get once, and I wanted to find whatever is inside, the pain and the happiness both.
How do you see the role of the media in shaping the public awareness, or let's say, for example, the social behavior? Do you still think they play a major role in shaping this, or have they become irrelevant now?
Media actually changed because of technology, but the main purpose of media is still the same. They want to inform people, they want to educate people, they want to let people know about the recent happenings, and they also want to create opinion. So when I was young, media was mainly controlled by the government. There was only one government television channel, one radio channel, and a few newspapers. But media had much more impact when I was a child, because our public media, Bangladesh Television, used to create programs targeted towards different ages and different sections of population. I remember my childhood shows, Esho Gan Shikhi, a very famous singer, Anjuman Ara Begum, and then Firdausi Rahman. They came as teachers and used to sing with the children and teach them how to sing. There was this dancing program hosted by Laila Hassan, a noted dancing artist in Bangladesh, a dancer. And I found that TV could teach us a lot of things which we could not afford at that time. Bangladesh was poor. We were just organizing and restructuring, reconstructing our nation after our war of liberation. There was poverty, there was lack of resources, there was lack of communication, there was lack of equipments. But one thing in my childhood I really cherish and I remember, that we were more united and we had a goal to create something new from the ashes. So Bangladesh Television played a very impactful role in our lives when we were a child. So then came the era of the private channels, and the private channels started becoming more educated and more, I would say, modern way of communicating with people. But then again, capitalism came in, and licenses were given based on selective criteria to the favored politicians or the favored businessmen of the country who were liked by the authority. So media slowly started becoming unbelievable, not credible enough to the population, and media started losing its credibility to common people. And people started joking about media, saying that our government television cultivates melons. So this is something that people started expressing towards our media, a very negative expression, definitely. Then came social media, and again people started feeling that they are very free there, and they can talk about, they can see things, they can talk about things which they feel like, they can put on statuses, they can post their videos, they can do anything and everything if people like, and they get more views and likes and shares, and they started feeling like celebrities. And that created an opportunity, and that also created a problem. The opportunity was, we found out many young minds were creating innovative things, new things in social media, and we started learning from them, as well as there were certain groups came in with their agenda and started creating a mess in the social media. Still our social media is going like that, but I think media has transformed. But the technology also made it very easier to get anywhere. Like, you can Google everything, you can go to YouTube, search for anyone, any video or any audio. You can go to social media, follow someone and find out what they're writing or not. You can learn about the personal lives of many celebrities and everything. I think now it is a media where you have more right to choose. But I think that also gave more strength to people like me who have proven that we can still exist, and we also have our strength in the very evolving new media, and we can still create opinion like we did before.
Do you think writing still assumes a very important niche in shaping public opinion or some social change? Is writing powerful as it used to be before?
Writing is more powerful than before because in the past we could not target our writing to the real audience, but now we know that people who are actually reading what we are writing are the serious section of the society. In this mess of or in this cluttered world of media, where there is more videos than written content, where there are more edited contents than real life content, where there are more fake contents than true contents, and in this world where there is a new theory about post-truth social media universe or post-truth world, I think when people read something, they're the most serious section of the population where they actually not only read, they think. Because reading takes a certain learning in the past. I mean, a person reads more when he has read more in his past. He had to learn how to think, he had to learn how to choose the right content, and then he reads. And he chooses what he wants to read. So I think written content has more impact than before, because now written content can reach the real audience where opinion should be created. And written content still is much more impactful than video, because there are more videos, and in a video people become distracted. Like if you are very handsome or very pretty, people start looking at your dress, people start talking about how your suit looks very good on you, or the cut of your suit, or the beautiful handwork on a nice lehenga. But when you write, people don't see you. They imagine who you are, and they imagine what is written there. They think about what is not written and what is in between the lines. They think about what they know about the subject and then compare it. They want even to test it. They discuss it with someone else or share it. So I think written material creates opinions. Videos are mostly like supporting evidence of a written content. Because if I say that I saw somebody kill someone, if I'm credible, people will believe me even if I write it. But if there is a video of it, people think, okay, fine, there is an evidence. But still, people like me, when we write, people think that this guy doesn't write anything wrong or anything fake.
Do you think we have come to, it's not a phenomenon only in Bangladesh, but I've seen this across in many countries, that reading as a habit is fast kind of reducing across different, I don't know, the young generation, I don't see they're reading at all. I haven't seen a young chap with a book ever. So what is your view on this, on reading books? Because I know you are a voracious reader yourself, and how do you see this change?
I beg to differ on that, because I think we all know about Amazon. And Amazon started its journey as a bookshop. So if books were not read by people, how come Amazon made so much profit selling books and created an everything store? And Amazon sells books on Amazon. I mean, and then Amazon sells books written on Amazon and Alibaba. What happened is, like, the reading habit changed and the reading material also changed. Amazon started selling Kindles.
But Amazon says A to Z, it sells everything.
Yes, but initially it only sold B.
So I would say it was not viable to only sell books, so it went to A to Z.
But it is viable selling books. There is a bookshop in Bangladesh called Rokumari, and Rokumari became one of the largest book vendors, even more selling than any bookshop in Bangladesh. Because one obstacle books have is, like, you have to carry the book, you have to bring the book to yourself. Digital content can come to you through the cyberspace. So what happened, like, there are PDFs and there are books. Books have changed their structure. Books became invisible to many, but in my Kindle I carry about 1,000 books. So young generation also changed their reading habit. Why? Why it happened? Because we influenced young people to think that getting a GPA, getting good GPA and getting a good job is their purpose to learn and to read. But to read is to learn, not to get a good job, because when you learn for your curiosity. You learn to become a knowledgeable person. If you want to pass your exams, you can just read some PowerPoint slides and follow the lectures. So problem started with the society which was influenced by capitalism, because capitalism is driven by profit. The profit you get from books are invisible and it is a long-term profit. So why people are losing their interest on books? Because books are perishable, books are costly, books, many titles you like, you wouldn't get them on the same shop, and sometimes people don't know where to get them. So this is why young people we think that they're not reading much, but you see how is the world then moving ahead if people don't read or young people don't read? The people who still are change makers, they read, and they read more than others.
Books are so precious, it's timeless, and also probably the truest friend of human beings. So I think it's a friendship which is can go on forever. So this is something which everyone here has to kind of realize.
You can leave your books for your children, even your unseen grandchildren or future people you have never seen, because books are like precious and they become more precious when they're old. But somehow in this part of the world, we believe that leaving a few extra ounces of gold and extra hectares of land is more powerful. But one story changed my life. 3 Questions by Tolstoy. And that is another inspiration I had to do whatever comes in front of me, because in 3 Questions Tolstoy said that the most important time is now, because now is there and there is past is gone from your, future is something you never find. You actually step into the new now. And then the most important person is you now, because I'm talking to you and my audience. And the most important thing is to talk now, because that is the thing I'm doing now, and I should be trying to talk my best here. So that is how we make our life beautiful. When we concentrate in the present, learning from the past, and create a future now, which is the future. And the most important people is you now, because I don't know if I'll live for the next moment, and there will be another person for me to meet, and I don't know if I will talk tomorrow. So this is the last talk maybe I'm having. So this is a philosophy I got from Tolstoy. Another is how much land a person need. So book has taught me a lot of things, and whatever I am now, maybe 50% of it came from books.
Talking about leadership, I mean, you have been associated with the Debate Federation, the Bisho Shahitya Kendra, and so on and so forth. So what does leadership mean to you, and what is your message to the current generation on leadership?
A leader is a visionary person who has set a destination for himself, not to do only good to himself, but also to do good for the people who are with him and the world. And a leader is always fighting to create a better world, a better place for future people to live. There is a poem by a very famous poet in Bengali, Shukanto. He said that his mission is to create a better world for the child that is born today. So a leader always wants to create a better world for people to live and people to grow and for people to live in happiness. So leader is a visionary, and I never see a leader only as an influencer or a person who leads. A leader is like a friend who has started the journey before me and who has invited me to be a part of that journey, and he wants to finish the journey with me and give me the flag when he is not there and tells me to continue the journey further. So a leader is a person who creates a leader for the future. A leader is a leader when he creates another leader to carry the flag. So a leader is a leader who creates not only a leader to lead in his field, but also inspires people to become the leader in other fields. Like if you want if you are a good leader, you will tell that, okay, fine, if you like law, you become a good lawyer. If you like to fight, become a good fighter. If you want to cook, you become a better chef, but lead everywhere, because only the best should lead and the others should be the partner of the journey.
Interesting take. So, if you talk about leadership, let's talk about youth leadership, for example. Uh, what would be your idea about engaging with the youths today, so that they're able to lead responsibly in the larger civic space or in the creative spaces? What is your message?
I still work with many young people and I talk to them. I have friends who are about 14 or 15 years of age. I talk to them. The key to engaging them in different issues or in different work is to understand them. Because the main problem is when the older generation fail to understand how they think. Because we had that gap of understanding with our parents, but the gap was not that big because technology was less at that moment. But we came to a world where technology changes every 10 years and it follows the theory where technology becomes more powerful, 10 times more powerful every 10 years. It is a multiplication. And when you are satisfied after doing whatever you do, so success is not only earning, success is not only getting a high salary or holding a bigger position in the company or in the organization. Rather, success is something which brings you happiness, which brings you satisfaction, which makes you feel that you have achieved something and you could really help others to be like yourself. So I think our philosophy should be changed. We should ask the youth to engage into not only earning but to learning, and we also should invite them to have a philosophy in their life. Our lives have become more vacant, and that vacancy has created different problems in the society, from drug abuse to different kind of unhappiness, depression, bipolar disorders, frustration, things like that. And psychiatrists have started earning more than other doctors, and that is a red signal. So I think we should invite young people to engage more into communicating with other generations, and we should show them examples so that they can choose and they can be happy in future. If there are questions from the audience, otherwise we can.
My question is that how you see the future of Bangladesh. Like, future is very broad, but I'm saying next 10 years. And what would be the role for CARE to contribute to build a better Bangladesh than now in coming days?
Countries like us have many incapacities or weakness in different parts of the society. Most of the countries who are developing have problems with good administration, problems with equality of distribution, problems with economy, and also certain levels where corruption is rampant. So the transitional phase that we are going now is not because our people are not working more or we are not earning more. Rather, we have developed very quickly in past decade. We had a high rate of GDP and high income, sustainable and regular income, increase of income in Bangladesh. But our political system failed to address the demand of the population for good governance, for less corruption, for more education, for delivery of services by the social and political institutes, and the attitude of the politicians, and overall democratic norms and democratic practices. So this transition, I believe, is temporary, and though it is painful, but it was necessary. In future, I think development organizations like CARE can come up with innovative projects regarding behavioral change for the youth, their democratic practices, for increasing the tolerance level in the society about other communities where there is a difference of opinion, there is difference of religion, and there are many differences. And also we can empower people to express their opinion in a more civilized way, because after this change we saw that people are coming to street, taking rules in their own hand, trying to change everything drastically, being destructive, being disrespectful, and also pressurizing or applying undue pressure to the institutes to change overnight. So I think there are many fields where experienced organization like CARE can help, and we should also try to educate our future generation about energy conservation, using renewable energy, using our resources properly, recycling, taking care of the environment around us, being more responsible citizen regarding pollution, regarding social behavior, being respectful to the women and children. So I think many avenues are there. One of my mentors, Professor Abdullah Usai, said that never feel unlucky if you are born in a poor country or in an undeveloped country, because if you are here, you have more possibility or probability to get more awards and rewards from different organizations, because every field is empty and you can contribute anywhere and everywhere. So I believe we are lucky that we are seeing changes, and we are lucky that we are still having a demand in our population for a better future, not only economically, but also we want to have a enabling, empowering society where equality prevails.
I think maybe you partly answered my last question, but still I'll ask you. CARE has been at the service of the people of this country for the last close to 8 decades, 75 years we completed last year. So, I mean, we have walked length and breadth of this country in various difficult contexts, but still we believe that there is space to learn. That's the reason why we are sitting here. We have space to learn, we have space to adapt, do new things, do things differently. So, like, what is your expectation or vision or advice for organizations like us who can contribute to the larger growth of this country?
Development partners and development organizations like CARE or other development organizations have really helped this country, not only by coming with help in the time of need, but rather they have created a change in the behavioral pattern of this nation. They have created a need in the poor community or the marginal community for health, hygiene, for better living, for their rights, for equality, to express themselves, to educate their children. So the first thing that I would say, that organizations like CARE and others who worked here for a long time, they have given these people hope, our people hope, that if you try, you can change your life and there is a better future waiting for us. I would rather thank organizations like CARE and others, because they came here maybe because they were told to come here. But when they came here, they really became a partner of our life. They became a place where our marginal people, our people who were needing support, they could take them as their friends. I worked with many development organizations, and I worked them when I became a celebrity. Most of them were voluntary, some were like with certain compensation packages. But what I saw, I worked with WaterAid, I worked with BRAC, I worked with Caritas, I worked with CARE even. When in 1988 we went for flood relief, CARE was there. In 1998 CARE was there, and as I was a keen member of Rotary and Rotaract, we found in many places we worked together in immunization, in flood relief, in cyclone relief. So I think our development partners are really, really very, I would say, very impactful and strong in the past. Were really very strong and impactful in the past, and they're still here, and they still believe in the strength of this nation, and they do believe that Bangladesh and countries like us have potential, enormous potential, because we have the greatest resources in this world, who are the people, who are the population of this world, because without human being no development is there. And I would rather say that we do a lot of behavioral change communication for ourselves and our target population. I would tell the development organizations to also create innovative programs to change the behavior of the donors, because donors think that giving money is the only charity they do, and money actually changes our lives. Money never changes our lives. Rather, money is the source of corruption and everything. But when we see people coming with all-out support for us and not being corrupt, not being subversive, or not being authoritarian, rather staying with us in the same way and in the same place, facing the waves and the impact of the cyclone, risking their lives, that gives us hope, not the money.
Well said, Dr. Tushar. I think, lovely thoughts to end with. I think smile on the face of the people, giving hope. Money doesn't change your life. It's a very interesting and comments which I think we will stay with the audience for a long time to come. Thank you, Dr. Tushar, for your time and your perspectives on this, and I'm sure the audience also enjoyed this talk, and in its true sense, actually, we'll be looking out for our next North Star very soon for the next edition of Fresh Takes. Thank you.